Thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. Ooh, we done stepped in the room. Slide me the microphone, the game is through. Hold up something, yeah, you knew. The mink is purple, got the move. To all the listeners. Okay, we cooking with grease. Like we always are. You here with the Velvet Vibes podcast, but we still pimping. I think we've addressed that on numerous occasions. You already know that you have the Velvet Juggernaut in the building.
You know what's the motherfucking Juggernaut?
Yeah, baby. Not only is the Velvet Juggernaut in the building, he's got to make sure that Lynneopoly get those air horns while she's out there in New Jersey raising the roof.
You ain't there.
She better be raising the roof. Or I'll get my belt.
She might be too stiff in the snow.
We're going to have a discussion. Got to make sure that we're showing love to Lynneopoly while she's out of the building. We've got here ScorpionKing.
Get over here!
Talk about it.
What's good? It's time to barbecue a meal during the episode.
I really do hate that saying, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate that saying. I still don't know what it means to this day.
I'll explain it to you after the episode.
That's a wild ass expression. And you know, here we have here the good old Wild Child.
Wild Child.
Talk about it.
Stay thirsty. Stay thirsty. Especially this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, especially this episode. You got to say it. Oh, boy, I'm thirsty right now.
Hey, this the best time to be thirsty. We drop bombs on. You know how we do that. Now, it's funny. It seems like we're still on this introduction portion. I don't know why. It's because last week we were sipping 500 vodka. Not only are we sipping 500 vodka, but we utilize social media and we press this button. You might have heard of it. It's called send. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta reach out and touch somebody's hand. And that's what we did because in Black History Month, not only are we talking black business, not only are we supporting black business, but also we're doing this thing called Bring 'em in here. 500 vodka. Introduce yourself. Talk about it.
How you doing? This is Kyle with 500 vodka.
How you doing? This is Tia.
Hey. Now, before we start cooking with a lot of grease, because you know we cook with grease on the front burner, you may be sitting. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. I salute y'all because every time, to me, I feel like. And this ain't a knock at nobody, because if you're doing business, doing good business, I appreciate it and I respect you, period. Salute. But I just feel like everybody who does business, it seems like everybody has a restaurant. Everybody has a t-shirt company. Everybody has a clothing or something, which is cool. If you're making it happen, cool. But somebody sat back one lovely afternoon, sipped on something with their spouse, and they said, that's it. We're going to open a business. Something that people don't do quite often. How did this happen?
Drinking, the sitting drinking is a definite habit. We'd have get-togethers where somebody would bring different liquor over, something to drink, something to test out, and you know, we sat there and looked at each other while we was drinking and said, I'm pretty sure we can do something that's a little bit better than that.
Okay.
You know, my wife calls me a hobbyist because if it's out there and it can do it, I'll try to do it myself. So we went on a venture to try to find out how we could make our own vodka, something that we could taste and my friends could drink. that we liked. So we went on with it. It was a grueling test of trying different vodkas out.
Oh, it was a shit show.
Yeah.
So you know the little the airplane bottles?
Yeah.
We went to the liquor store and bought up every base of vodka. So there's potato, there's grape, there's corn. Like, I mean, people make hooch in jail. Like anything can be like made into something. So we bought up every base vodka there is, just a neutral, no flavors. And yeah, we got a group of our friends together. Got a group of our friends together. Everybody had a pad on it, and on the pad they would write what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it, how it made them feel, how the mouthfeel was, if it was hard going down. Like, we did all of this. The next day was pretty rough, but we came up with corn. Corn finishes the easiest. That was our base. It didn't punch as hard as traditional vodkas are potato based. Which is, that it's the Russian. That'll punch you in the chest.
And in the stomach.
So, yeah. So we went with the corn base because it finishes smooth, and we knew we ultimately wanted to do flavors. And being that corn is naturally sweet, there would be less sugar added.
That makes sense.
That's why we went that way. Because also, if you have a lot of sugar in your alcohol, that's going to tear you up the next day, too.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Of course, the corn, gluten-free, so there's a lot of people out there, a lot of our friends that have gluten allergies, so this will definitely help out with that.
Ooh.
That's the crazy thing, because when I tried it, I was like, I'm sure there's others that exist that have corn, but corn isn't one that I hear of very frequently. I've heard potatoes, I've heard grapes, and normally that's what I hear. I'm sure there's probably others, but that's the main thing I've heard of. So when I saw corn, I'm like, cool, it ain't a secret. It's corn. It sounds like we finna try this, see what happened. And I tried it. We all liked the taste, and we all liked what happened afterwards, which is nothing. That's the best part.
Right.
Nothing. I don't want getting sick and all that stuff. And the thing about it, what I respect the most, when I see alcohol, if I never had it, the first thing I'm looking at, call me petty, call me bougie, but I'm looking at the bottle. And if I squeeze that bottle and I hear a sound that goes like this, I'm a little concerned. So I was like, oh wow, they're local and they have a glass bottle. I'm like, so this ain't Bob's. Hey, Bob put a sticker on the front.
So you mentioned the next morning not having any issues. So our product is distilled 6 times and it is filtered 8 times.
Wow.
So the distillation process 6 times makes a very smooth product, and then when you filter it 8 times, we have now, I won't say gotten rid of all of, but we have gotten rid of most of those conjugars that cause that headache in the morning, hangover.
Okay.
In other words, if you do that, you did it on purpose.
Yes.
You just
Party on a Wednesday and go to work on Thursday. Right?
I like it already. I like it already.
I need my sick days.
I
When I'm not sick.
Need all that PTO.
I see why you married.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm assuming that with you being a hobbyist, that you had the strong vessel that came from your rib right beside you, and what was she doing that kept? Because it could have just been a hobby, or it could have been like, hey, this is a cool idea. Like, what did she do that kept you like? I don't think we just talking shit. I just feel like she played a lot.
Yeah. She wanted to make sure that this wasn't just something that I was going to try to get into, and a month from then, that would be going into something else. Because I've done everything. A lot of it.
I love my husband. He's made leather wallets, leather backpacks. He's done wood burning, like anything you can. He ain't collecting hoes, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So whatever he's into, whatever he's into,
That's the hell she
I'm super supportive.
I'm trying to keep my hands busy.
Right.
Get the leather going, get the wood burning. Make sure I'm right.
Hey, I actually agree with that. I'm a man like you, man. I like to try different stuff. I really do like to try different stuff. So when she said that and she was like, yeah, I'm still there. What is it? We're going to figure it out, but what is it?
Yeah.
You got to at least let me in on what you're doing so I can be somewhat of knowledgeable, questions and answers, opinions, things of that nature. So It's quite a team. Quite a team.
Definitely.
When we started doing what we coined to be Patio Friday with friends, because we would get together every Friday and just decompress. Everybody would drink or whatever.
Right.
So we started it, and when everybody gets drunk, everybody has this grand idea that we can do better. So his hobbies, he go hard for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
With all his hard, with all of them.
Yeah.
All hobbies.
Yeah.
Well, I knew when it came to be
21 days.
when we was at month number 1 and he was still talking about it, I was like, okay, so I just need to figure out what I need to do to formulate us as a business. So on Father's Day, that's what I did. I said, here's your tax ID number. This is our name. We are registered with the state of Texas.
Hold on.
Now what?
Hold on.
You know what she said.
I think I heard a sound coming right out the sky. It's called a bomb. One moment. Proceed.
So he was like, I said, I'm in. If this is what you want to do, this is where we're going with it.
That's dope.
She was not going to let me back.
No.
At that point in time, she was not going to let me back out.
Oh yeah, you can do nothing about that.
Yeah,
Man, you know what?
She already put money into it.
You a zero to a
She
hero.
put money
Man.
into
You
it.
went there
It's
right
gone.
there quick.
Salute to women, straight up, straight off the muscle. Because the reason we sitting here, I was the guy that I got a lot of jokes. I do a lot of stuff, and I'm the funny guy, and I got a lot of charisma. But I just was going to work, going home, going to work, and my girl was like, "Man, you're a funny guy. You do this. Everybody likes you. You're likable. Why don't you do something?" I'm like, I can sing, I can mess with computers, I can build stuff, I don't know. I'm just like, I just be doing stuff. And she's like, use it. Don't just have a cool talent and be like, I have this shower singing or whatever. So that's why I said, let me see if this same stuff going on, and you just, Leatherman and everything else. She saw.
Boy did do leather.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what else he made leather.
At least.
Hey, you know, we've been married for 17 years and together.
Right.
I made some things happen.
That's all right. There you go.
I'm gonna say one thing. At least he got it. He didn't do the acrimony.
Yep.
He didn't sit in the basement and say,
Oh no.
I'm working on something.
Hey, we're gonna have to call you Mr. Make It Happen. We're gonna have to call you. He said, just stick with me. There you go.
So, where can, if people want to try this product, which we call, and I'm gonna say it real slow, 500 vodka.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you said that right. Not 100, not 200, not 3, not 4, but move it on up to the motherfucking Cinco. 500 vodka. Where can we find it?
Well, if anybody wanted to try 500 vodka, they could go to Total Wine here in San Antonio. We have all 3 Total Wines. There is one at the Forum, there's one at the Rim, and there's one across from North Star Mall. And they can go to all 4 Total Wines in Austin. We also have a couple of mom and pop shops that are in Katy and a couple here in San Antonio as well. But the major one is going to be Total Wine.
Hell yeah. I'm assuming, and I may be going into the future, but are y'all looking at going further out, or yeah,
All the money.
yeah, this don't sound like a hobby.
No, so we have a daughter in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Both still work full-time jobs. We're taking it at our pace because we didn't go to school for business.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it we had to learn along the way.
Dope. Speak that.
So
She said something.
and we're animal science majors.
Oh wow.
So
Completely left.
all we knew about alcohol was how to drink it.
Yeah.
So we had to learn a lot. But we're not, stupid individuals, so it wasn't too hard to pick up. But we were still learning a lot along the way, and I give it to anyone who has majored in business and has taken it to a whole nother level. I'm pretty sure they skipped a whole lot of steps.
Yeah.
Because they have the knowledge and the background behind it, but I feel like we've done as good as we could, and we're not afraid to keep learning. Today actually marks the 1 year, what I like to call our shelf anniversary. 1 year ago today, we sold the first bottle in Total Wine. We went on the shelf.
So this is a magical day.
It is. For another reason.
Hold on.
Yes.
Everybody get down. I think I heard it again. There you go. It's applause coming with this too. I know y'all, if y'all out there, if you're listening from the hood, no, we didn't get shot at. We're not down anymore. We got up. And I know a gentleman, a wise man named David Banner said real people get down on the floor. And
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Don't do David Banner like that.
That was amazing.
Something wrong with you, bro. I really came to the conclusion something wrong with you.
well, as what they say, who was it? Forrest? He said that boy ain't right. What they said about Forrest Gump?
Hey, life, you can't get right.
Oh yeah, you can't get right. Oh my god! So check this out. This is a topic that has to be discussed. We had a little conversation with Sawildchild beforehand.
Wait, I don't even know what I did. Was I sober? Let's ask some questions. Because you were talking to drunk me or you talking to real me?
I was talking to a little both. Because 500 Vodka is in the building. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this clip. It's oh yeah.
Like you right now.
It's an extended clip, but I need to hear your thoughts on this. Steve Harvey and Monique.
Wait, what?
Steve Harvey and Monique had themselves a intriguing little conversation here. I need you to hear it before you have an opinion.
All right, man, because
I need everybody to hear this because I gotta know. I'm just gonna say this: people are saying that Steve Harvey are doing the word we're not fond of, cooning. So, and that's a strong term. So
that's a real explanation, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, you might have to grab some fire. I'm gonna play this clip.
We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I got to put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
But Simone, now let me give you this. Because you and I had this conversation, I thought you went about it wrong. See, I felt that you had done yourself a disservice by the way you chose to go about it.
Tell me how I went about it.
I was cool with you, with your deal with Netflix. I was cool with you. The two problems that we had, number one, the boycott of Netflix,
yes.
We never gave people a point of action. Okay, if we're going to boycott, are we going to not get subscriptions? Are we going to turn it off? Or are we going to go down there and get signs? The second point, what was coming to me was, this problem that you had in Netflix is rich people problems. Because they looking at us going, you talking about you didn't get millions. Well, you got this, you ought to be cool.
But when you say, Mo, it's the way you went about it. And I want to explain that, and I thank you for saying that. Inequality is devastating, and it's extreme. And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? So we've got to get to a place where we're unafraid to say it out loud.
Okay.
What I would have loved, what I would have appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult.
But not before that, though.
Yes, baby.
Remember the moment on stage?
Oh, yes.
See, now that
right
was
a wonderful moment,
No,
Steve.
it wasn't.
Oh,
Monique.
my goodness.
No, it wasn't.
That was one of those moments.
See, no, it wasn't.
That Richard Pryor whispered in my ear and said, say it. You say it.
Richard
because
Pryor did
I'ma
not
tell
tell you
something.
to say that
Yes,
with
he
your
did.
crazy ass.
Oh, baby, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you something.
That flexing,
Let me
we
tell
got to
you
flex a
something.
different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game.
It's
This
the
the
money
money
game.
game.
But I'm
We
gonna
in the
tell you
money
something.
game. And
We're
you
in the
cannot
money game.
sacrifice yourself. The
We
best
are.
thing you can do for
This
poor
why I
people is
love my
not be one
brother.
of them. You cannot
We're in
help
the money
them
game,
all.
but let me tell you what the game is
Cannot
before the
help
money
them
game.
like this.
Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
And wait a minute.
if
wait
I
a minute.
crumble,
if you
my
crumble,
children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a deal with me.
Killed with my sister Monique, and
We're getting real. Okay, Mo, so listen to me. The fact that we're sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation that mommy and daddy ain't
Right.
here right now,
Cool.
and I'm getting ready to punch you in your mouth.
Nah.
That's the conversation.
don't come up no damn
Now, this went on to say, and I'm gonna paraphrase this. Steve Harvey, this is the part that pissed people off. He went and said, sometimes you have to pretty much do things that you don't want to do in order to make sure your family is straight. So he was like, I'll do whatever it takes so that my son, my daughters, all my kids, my grandkids don't crumble. She was saying, and he was saying, I'm not going to sit here and do something just to make a statement. But she was saying, sometimes you got to make the statement. So what people are saying is, you're cooning, Steve. You're saying it's all right just to say, yes. I don't like to say this term, but they're saying that Steve Harvey is saying, yes, sir, massa, as Missy Elliott once said.
The White House.
He did hang with a gentleman named Trump.
On that. I'm gonna take a drink on that.
I'm gonna start with the.
You do things you have to do to feed your family, like.
Yeah, he loves.
I'm gonna start with the 500 mafia over here.
I'm gonna sit back. Sit back on this one.
How do you?
Honestly, I think you can see both of their perspectives, both of their points.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got a family, you have a job, you have to keep your kids fed, you got to keep your kids clothed. So I do what I got to do to work my job. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I can also see another point where somebody would say, "Look, I'm not going to compromise anything." Now that can go one or two. That can go one or two ways.
Do you think
not compromise and end up on the street?
Yeah.
Or you can not compromise and end up bigger. I mean, that's the chance you do.
Do you think it's selfish if you want to do something to make a statement, which you are making a statement, but do you think it's selfish to say, hey, I'm doing this because I'm making a statement, but my family may take a L, but I got to make this statement? Because you're not wrong for making a statement.
Right.
But you may take a L. It's kind of like just like these, a lot of these male comedians, and they're like, you need to put a dress on and stuff. They reach success and stuff like that, but it's kind of like you do things that you're not really, I'm not about this, but if that's what it takes, you know what I'm saying?
But there's no mistake to be made when you reach a certain platform. Mm-hmm. There's certain things you no longer have to compromise. Right.
Amen.
I mean, as a man with, he at one point had the most shows on TV. He was doing Hot Shots. He had Family Feud. He had Steve Harvey show. He had his shows in syndication. You don't need to go sit down with anyone to feed your family.
Amen.
He could have held a rally saying, "Look, there's another way to do this," and represent his people and what he truly believed. There was no compromise to be made in that way.
Amen.
For her, I don't necessarily disagree with what she did. Maybe she could have done things differently. There is a political way to do things within a corporation, and she most absolutely didn't do,
Yeah, but I mean, no matter what my platform is, if I don't like how you're moving right now, I'm not going to do anything about it. Right?
Yeah.
And no matter how big or how many shows he has, he didn't feel like she was moving in the right direction. He didn't feel like she was doing what she should have been doing in order to get what she wanted.
You know what I feel?
I may have to back off right now.
Yeah. What I feel happened in this situation, I feel like Monique, she said, hey, everybody needs to boycott Netflix and everybody needs to, get with this movement and stuff like that. And I feel like she had conversations with people because she said, hey, this person talked to me and they said they agree with me, but they don't say it in public. Because that's why she was mad at Tyler Perry. She said they talked and he was like, I agree with this. But at the same time, I feel like I can agree with you. I can say, hey, you know, if somebody's telling me, do women get blackballed? Do women not get paid enough? I'm not going to say that's hard to believe. I'm not going to say, oh, you guys are just whining. I'm like, this shit happens. This is happening. But then if you turn around and say, go in there and say, yeah, I talked to everybody. They told me to tell you, suck my dick. Now I'm a part of this other message. I'm like, well, I didn't. Hold on. That's not what.
You can't even walk into a Walgreens and say that. Like, this is a way to conduct yourself in a place of business.
So now people just kind of, everyone's just tipping out. They're like,
it's too much.
Yeah. What you talk about?
So, of course, obviously, this is my first time hearing it. There's definitely some things from what I'm hearing in regards to just the clip that I heard. I think I've seen the Breakfast Club episode where Monique was going in on
Charlamagne. Yeah.
So, the tension that's risen in Monique, I don't understand. it has. So, I think I'm going to agree with Steve in regards to other options and avenues that you could have went through in regards to trying to get whatever you're fighting for is resolved and or just to get your voice heard. So I don't disagree with that. Second thing is everybody has an opinion. I don't know if he should have did that the way he did it on the show. I don't know, maybe that's something that just could have been like, hey, let's talk over, some food or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have went a direction at that.
I feel like he felt cornered. She was on his show, and to be honest, Monique, everywhere she been going, like all the points she been making has not been a good point. So it's like ain't nobody really listening because we like, oh, this is bullshit. Like we know that what she's saying is true, but it's how she be going about it. Ain't nobody. They're just like, I get out of here.
Voice it out.
Now she went on Steve Harvey's show, and to be honest, her points were stronger than Steve Harvey's points in this instance. So I feel like he just was at like, you ain't gonna come on my show and kill me. So then I think he just said something. Sometimes you gotta just sell out. It's okay,
Say something pushing up the trigger,
And he got a little light applause behind that. But I was kind of like, all y'all clapping your hands. Y'all are questionable right now.
I saw the clip earlier, and she did speak to your point. She did say that. I think she said something like, I can't disagree or go against what you said, but I wish that you had called me earlier and said, hey, I do feel this way. Right. And then if you had said it later on, okay, I was already forewarned what you might feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. I ain't gonna, we already have these certain, dilemmas that we already have to deal with as a culture. So it's one thing.
It's just like Floyd Mayweather right now.
Yo, I ain't even seen nothing about that, but I heard.
Yeah. Look, first, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I'm gonna say this because I'm sure we all know what I'm talking about. But for all y'all listeners that are unaware, Gucci put up a ski mask turtleneck sweater type of thing, a new design they had. It was black. And it had red large lips, which is something you might have heard of called blackface. If you haven't heard of blackface, watch a movie called Bamboozled. And you will know that this is, because there's people out here saying things like, well, why can Wayans brothers make white chicks? Or why can people do this and you can't do this? But at the end of the day, the thing about it, and to be honest, you probably shouldn't do either or. You shouldn't do either or. Just leave it alone. Everybody just leave it alone altogether because it's gonna keep the stirring the pot. But what my thing is about that, for y'all that don't know, like Kodak Black, he went live and he said like it's just a sweater, it's just a ski mask, and it's just red lips. And I'm like, apparently he's like 21 years old or something like that. Young man, you probably haven't heard of blackface. You might want to Google it before you speak. Once you look it up, you might say, hey, this is not just a fashion statement. This is purposely being done. But I do feel that a lot of companies are doing reverse marketing. Like, I feel like people are doing stuff like when Dove did the girl wipe herself off with soap, then she turned to a white woman. And when H&M did what they did and they had the boy with I'm the monkey of the jungle or whatever, I think they do this stuff, and then once the outrage happens, for everybody to say boycott, there's a motherfucker saying, I gotta get that shirt. I gotta get that Gucci sweater, blackface Gucci sweater. I'm gonna, even though they pulled it now, but I'm sure sales went up. Not to mention, I'm sure, hopefully this ain't the truth, and I'm gonna look this up, and y'all watch what I tell you. In the next week or two, sales on Louis Vuitton is gonna go up, and people who think they're boycotting by going from Gucci to Louis Vuitton, you probably just in the same pool. But ScorpionKing, I know that 500 vodka got you on chill right now. How did you feel about Floyd Mayweather when he stood outside and he said, I'm going in this fucking Gucci store. I do what I want to do.
I'm not a big Floyd Mayweather fan, no.
What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?
That's a whole nother conversation. I tried with him.
This is my first time hearing this, so I don't know too much about it. So
TMZ called Floyd Mayweather outside the Gucci store. They asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm finna go in this Gucci store. And they said, you know what's going on? It's boycott going on. He's like, I know what the fuck going on. I do what the fuck I want to do. Don't nobody tell me what to do. I'm still shop at Gucci. He came out with at least, this is me guessing on the video I've seen, at least 6 to 8 bags full of Gucci.
I know.
You think he was truly going on a shopping spree, or he was just trying to
be an asshole?
Because T.I. called for the boycott.
I saw that video on Instagram.
I think he mad at T.I.
T.I. did.
You think it's a whole nother statement being made?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh no. I kind of think I do. You know what? I don't think you're wrong, but I do think he would have did it anyway. But that probably don't make it no better either. It probably don't make it no better because he's like, I already don't like T.I. T.I. said, let's leave them alone. That adds to it, and I'm not gonna say this makes it okay because it don't. Because if we gonna do something, we gotta do it across the board. But I do feel like people be looking at people that. It's like when Kodak Black said that, they was like, oh! I'm like, well, I don't go to Kodak Black for political issues and yeah, when this happens, when stuff like this happens, I don't go, oh my, I'm offended. I wonder what Floyd Mayweather has to say about it, because maybe he's our stand-up guy. So that's not my go-to guy, but I'm still gonna say, you're doing some questionable activity, young man.
There was a whole 3-paragraph explanation on why he did it. It was very educated and obviously not written by him.
Right.
And don't let that joke fly over your head. Don't let that bomb fall out there real quick.
Yeah, you did.
Talk about it.
You right next to it. Yeah, you did.
But I don't know she know.
I read the whole thing. I was very unimpressed by the explanation on why he did it.
Right.
Except for the fact that he pointed out that people protest for very short periods of time. Our memory doesn't last that long.
Right.
Like, people get mad for the outrage is just 3, maybe 4 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden we forget about it.
Look, you know what? You're right, and I'm not gonna get into this because we talked about it too many times. But I called this on that R. Kelly shit.
Right.
That like,
That's still going on.
no, I'm not saying it ain't going on, but as far as like how outrageous the posts were, and I'm outraged and I'm jumping off a building and I can't take it no more. Like, you just ain't really here. It's just kind of like you ain't hearing about it. Like, people was like, no, this is not. I'm just not mad for now. This is a thing, and we're gonna stick with this because we always, and it's still gonna be people get the mute and hashtag this and me too. All that stuff not gonna stop. And once he go to trial, it's probably gonna be a topic again. Although, I don't know if y'all saw, he has a new sex tape.
What?
No.
Other than that, it's been pretty much silent.
Yeah. Now,
Besides the girls, he's not letting go home.
To speak to what you were saying with the short span
of outrage, yeah.
Move on. Yes, I mean, past that, it's been pretty silent.
Yeah,
and then
people forget.
It's the next thing, the next thing.
And then I think when the docu-series came out, his record sales went up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm turning the radio station whenever
Opposite of
anybody, like, if Kanye come on, I'm like, we ain't singing that. Like, then I'm like, I'm by myself and boycotting R. Kelly. Like,
Yeah. But you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what. And I wasn't the only one that felt like this. I kind of feel like, and I hate to be a part of, now I'm the old guy. But I think it's like there's a lot of young kids, we grew up off R. Kelly. But I don't believe that, there are people that's probably going to just purposely do shit. Like, they're like, I'm going to pull up to the daycare, listen to R. Kelly just to irritate people. Like, people do shit like that. But at the same time, I think that it happens. This is the world we live in. Not saying that's how I roll, but somebody roll like that just to irritate somebody. But at the same time, I do think that there's probably kids that's like, they keep talking about this R. Kelly guy. Who is that? And people going back and listening, and they're like, can I mute him? And they're like, you probably had him muted anyway because you didn't know who the fuck it was in the first place. But I think it's a lot of that going on. And I do think it's people who do know, and because I hear a lot of people saying, yeah, he said, come up in his beat and show me some ID. Like, people going back and looking for clues, and they're like, he said it. He said, I don't see nothing wrong. And he said, show me some. So a lot of people are playing Blue's Clues with him. So they're going back, they're like, let me listen. They're like, oh, a clue. So I can get more outraged. So it's that. So stream numbers, I'm sure, I don't think streaming was what it wasn't what it is now. But when Gucci Mane got a murder charge, I bet he went out the roof. Like, when shit happened, now that Tekashi's going through all this, because we're that
because now all of the people who didn't know you are trying to find out what you're talking about, to find out about you, and now it's just going to raise your numbers up even more.
Exactly, and it's weird because you do bad things, and it makes you monetize that. You probably haven't heard of, or maybe you have. I don't know how connected 500 Vodka, the YNW Melly, this new rapper. He was a member of this group, and they was doing just like all these groups. They trying to do like Bone Thugs. You know how they had Wishbone, Crazy Bone, and just like ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, ASAP, and I hear 21 Savage. They got some other Savage this and Savage Bob Savage and Tom Savage. Like, it's a thing that's going on, but. Randy Savage. they doing that. Oh yeah. The 500 Vodka did it to me. Y'all want to be like, oh yeah, you better get some.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm loose as hell right now.
Yeah, you know what? I promise I'm finna make my cup run it over. Yeah, bring it over this way. Yeah. What do you say on Don't Be a Menace? Oh, bring around the other side. About the offering.
They took like 8 offerings.
Yeah. You're like, bring it on the other side. No, but YMW Melly, he ended up killing the other members of his group. So there was a rap group. He killed the other 2 members of. I think there's more, but 2 of the members he killed them, allegedly. Let's make sure to put allegedly out there. But yeah, and his hit single is called "I've Got Murder on My Mind."
I heard that.
Yeah, I got murder on my mind, on my mind.
Is that really it?
Yeah, that's it. The thing about it is real catchy, but then.
Well, yeah, the 3-year-old could have wrote that.
but the weird thing is, the guy, how he got caught is his friends were killed, and supposedly he took them, and we'll say allegedly, he took them to the hospital, and once they got to the hospital, he mourned them, and he cried, and he said, we got shot in a drive-by, and he had blood all over him, and I guess they're insinuating maybe he killed them, and then got out the car, and then shot the car up, and then went to the hospital and said, we were in the drive-by. But of course, forensics, and they
didn't know exactly where that bullet came from.
It didn't come like that, and etc.
So why? Is anything come out and say why he would?
He just got booked. He actually turned himself in. So he turned himself in, but he said he's innocent, and he
killed him. I didn't do it.
Right.
He went down there, turned him.
I gave him 37 bullets, but I didn't pull a trigger.
Yeah. Exactly. I heard a wise man said, I'm not the only one in the room with hands. I'm not insinuating anything, but I've heard a man say that before.
Hey,
but
side note, you remember the game Clue?
oh, the little board game?
Where you gotta figure out
Who did it? Yeah, exactly. This shit, that's how it went. There's gonna be a Blues Clue. There's gonna be a Blue Paul somewhere. But he took them to the hospital, and if that's how it went down, I'm sure the story gonna still unfold. That's some heartless shit. I kill my boys, and then I take their bodies to the hospital, and I say, help us, and then later on you find out I did that.
Did the family of the victims speak out about anything, or
not
so far? It's just
so far not.
Portion of it.
Yeah, I'm sure if y'all listening now, we're recording prior. There's gonna be more to this story, and we gonna report on it. But I'm just tripping the way. But just to expand on what he said, he turned himself in, and I don't know what he told the cops, but I know on his Instagram he posted, they trying to say I did this, but I didn't, and the truth is gonna come out. So I'm assuming that he went down there and said, hey, I'm an innocent guy, I just want to turn myself in. So help y'all get the story.
Wait, that's the thing? Innocent people turn themselves in?
I never heard of this.
I ain't turning in shit.
Yeah, can you do that?
But you don't turn yourself in, you just go down there to answer some questions and then you take your fuck ass home. Like,
Hey, I'm agreeing with
I
Mrs.
thought
500.
turning myself in meant put
don't get behind
them
the bar,
bracelets
you do
on
it.
me.
But
Tell my mama I love her.
ain't that gonna play against you in the trial? Like, if I turn myself in and I say, hey, I just know y'all looking for me, though. I ain't do it. I just already know y'all looking for me, so I'm here. And I'm just trying, because I guess you could say, like, I'm just trying to be proactive, like, since y'all looking for me. Here I am.
Knock some time off if you catch me.
Yeah, here I am,
Catch me lying and I'm guilty.
and everything's gonna come out. Like how does that? We're not the criminal guys, but I just said.
I assume
We need some legal advice.
Yeah.
Here's looking for me, and I'm innocent. I'm gonna go down there and say, hey, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't put bracelets on me when I say it.
Oh my God. I don't know, but
I stay out that line.
yeah, I'm gonna say I hope all goes well with that situation. You know, rest in peace to the the victims and stuff like that. I know it's crazy because I'm sure the victims, I'm sure their parents know him, and they probably they went to school together, and they didn't seem like there was that kind of guy. And I don't know, maybe it was some group argument, you trying to blow up, because the guy who did it was the main one blowing up, pretty much like Nelly and the Saint Lunatics. There's Nelly, and then you're just like, oh yeah, it's Murphy Lee and the other people. So
hey, don't do Murphy Lee like that.
No Murphy. No, I get down with what the hook gonna be. Boy, I don't need no fucking hook on this beat.
Let you know something.
I'm trying to find. Hey, if we go outside, we're gonna find out what the hook gonna be.
My favorite song.
Hey, but check this out. It's a mystery. I'm glad we got a married couple in the building. A bomb is gonna get dropped for that. Matter of fact, guns are gonna get fired.
First of all,
what's going on?
Your shirt is tail.
What?
Take it off.
Oh hell no! You don't. Let me do that dance. You don't. Yeah, I'm drinking coconut pineapple and I got palms on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give you the 81 degree Coco logo.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing. I woke up like NBA YoungBoy. I was like, I ain't going outside today.
It looks a little too tight on me.
Look, it's 2019. Okay, it's a new vibe. If y'all would have caught me in 2009, I was on the block with a tall tee and some saggy pants and some bathing apes.
I got a question.
Look, baby got back.
I got one question.
Talk about it.
Is your shirt small or you can be?
Well, let me tell you. Hold on. We're gonna talk about my diet. Okay. I might have had a sloppy Joe or two, but I follow it down with broccoli. But no. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, we gonna get that disclosure.
Yeah,
we gonna put that disclaimer out there.
Diet sloppy Joe. You know how I do it. Just lay a little lettuce on it.
Random question: why they call him sloppy Joe? I think it's a different thing. We ain't gonna talk about it.
You know what? Is that a sexual reference?
Keep going. Hey, if you didn't catch that, you get it on your way out.
Yeah. I hope.
Next time before you get in trouble.
Hold on. Do you play Jodeci with Manwich in the building? No. Invite a young lady over. Got some Manwich and some Jodeci in.
You know what? That actually don't sound like a bad idea though.
Don't, right? You know,
Don't.
light a candle, get some mesh. What? I can't leave you alone. You got me fiending. Woo! Now I'm fiending for a Sloppy Joe. But anyway, Diet Sloppy Joe. Now, let's get to the damn question. I don't know what's wrong with us. And we drunk, we sipping that vodka. Y'all might need some. But check this out. Now, people are ashamed of being single these days.
Cool.
No, not being. You're right.
Okay.
People are ashamed of being in a relationship these days.
Shit. Well, I'm about to say you better rephrase, goddamn.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. People be ashamed to be in a relationship these days. Now, there was a discussion that caused people to become disgruntled in our group called "Why you don't post Bae? Why you don't post her photographs?" I know when you don't have to post Bae. That doesn't make or break your relationship. But I do feel like. And this is, I'm gonna talk about it too. Hell, I'm gonna talk. I see your hand. I'm gonna talk about it too. But
you don't see my hand up though.
I'm coming straight to you. I'm coming straight to you. So let me say this though. I do feel like everybody who don't do it. I'm not saying it needs to be done because I really don't give a fuck. And I think a lot of people don't give a fuck. But some people that does something, they're like, oh. That puts a stamp of approval. They'd be like, our relationship has been notarized. But to me, I do feel like at the same time that people strategically don't post people, and they all say the same thing. I don't want people in my business. I'm a real private person. Could it just be that you still hoeing?
Let the man answer the question, dog.
I had to, but because I don't want him to. I'm scared that he gonna say the same thing. I'm a private person. I had to just kill that right off the bat. So let's talk about it.
First of all, I ain't private shit.
Okay.
My Facebook page is public.
Yeah.
We go there.
Talk about it.
Second, it's not. First of all, when you even say babe, you ain't even got the B. So what the hell we even talking about? You ain't even got the real babe. You just babe. So let's start there. Let's start with the word babe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
Second, third. Excuse me. I'm on third now. Number 3. Yo, if I don't want to post you. If you ain't met my mama yet, first of all, you probably ain't met my mama yet. Guarantee you probably ain't met my mama yet. Probably even have a conversation with her. Maybe actually even start posting your ass.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. That was my rant. My rant, man. But
hey, rant. Talk about it.
But here is the thing. Real knowledge. Y'all got the wild child side out. I'm gonna give you some real knowledge.
Okay.
All right. So first things first. I feel like. If you really ain't married, then the first question is, what are we really talking about? I understand commitment. I understand all those things of that nature, which is good. But it got to be a 100% commitment. You can't go 80-20 in commitment stages. So, for example, you posting Bae and Bae ain't posting you. Then is there really a commitment, or do you have some questions about it, or can you live with that?
That's just like going fishing.
Right.
You just throwing a hook in the water, seeing if something's gonna bite. They post you, see you gonna post back. You don't even hit a like. Won't happen again. But continue.
Right. So we've gotten to so much social media nowadays that it's like if you don't post Bae, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you either knew who Bae was or you didn't know who Bae was. Like it was just simple. That's a simple communication.
Yeah.
But I feel like now if I'm going,
some people all you know is the arm.
Right.
Like they stay with that picture with an arm,
right,
or a cup, or a pair of Jordans in the background. It's just a leg or something.
Or nowadays they put your plate and you see another person on the other side on Snapchat. And you like, who is that other person? I seen that same watch for the last 12 snaps. Like the same watch on the other side. Like what's going on? But I really do think like
I caught that.
You know what I'm saying? Long story short though, I feel like if you and that significant other, bae, boo, love, honey bunches of oats, whatever you want to call him, motherfucker, whatever you want him to be, just make sure it's mutual between two adults. Period.
Yeah.
That's
so do you care if do you care if you get posted, or is that just it don't do?
I don't care if I get posted. The only reason why you care if you get posted is because you got a second or third party.
If she wants you to post her and y'all at that point where it's cool, are you gonna do it?
I'm still gonna do it on my own terms. You ain't gonna just tell me and bug me out sometimes.
Boom. So stop right there. Cause there is a rule too. Like if they tell you to post, or if she complains about you don't never post me, now you can't post her. Cause when you do it, like just say if she say you don't never post me, then
in the prior 6 months.
Not even that. Tomorrow morning she wake up, I posted her. Oh, look at me and Bae. She's the love of my life. Oh, now you did it after I complained.
Right.
So you gotta wait. You have to wait 3 to 5 business days in order to post it. Now that it's been addressed, anytime a woman address something, you have to wait 3 to 5 days before you implement it.
I think that depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to go snail mail, bro.
Yeah. You look. You can't be out here cheating and be like, you need to quit cheating. Oh, in 3 to 5 business days. Mama's done.
Minimum 72 hours. You gotta let they get out.
Yeah.
Release a little bit money. I feel that.
Scorp, what you think about it? If they request this,
Man, I've been through this situation before.
did you post immediately or did you wait 3 to 5 business days?
She did.
Oh, she
posted while I was asleep.
You tagged me.
Oh my
While I was
god.
asleep.
You ain't got no lock on your phone, bro.
Yeah, I had a lock. She memorized the lock.
You know when girls be tracing your finger.
They be tracing this shit.
Hold on. Side note, FYI, people play a tip, bro. You gotta change your password at least every week, bro. If you got one of them people like
the one I had, she memorized fingerprints and shit.
Nah, bro, you don't know
Times
about
I
that.
done wiped that phone off, she
Yeah,
still
bro,
memorized that shit.
Man, that girl's.
I'm telling. Wipe my phone right now. It's been a couple hours. What's wrong?
I'm gonna just say this: the girl he talking about is
The
girl he talking about is the same girl that had that man jumping on top of their car and stuff. And
the light
and chasing them to church and stuff. So
I woke up the next day.
That Scorpion story.
I woke up the next day, I'm seeing all these likes and stuff on my Instagram. I'm like,
I'm popping today.
I see this picture, I'm like, where did this picture come from? I ain't posted this picture. The picture said posted like, 6 hours ago. Then I looked dead at her. Then she ain't say nothing. I was like, oh, so you done posting pictures on my Instagram.
She started folding laundry.
She talking about where you ain't want to do it, so I did it myself.
Oh my god. What does it mean to y'all?
Keep her, man. She got a mission.
I don't
ain't
post
got
a
no
lot.
more.
I'm not a poster. You rarely see a post from me.
Does it matter?
Would it matter that she doesn't post?
Does or doesn't? Yeah. I want to hear on both. Doesn't matter if she does, and doesn't matter if she don't. Like if she just like I don't post that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It does not matter to me one way or the other. She does post me, or if she doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's we dudes. We just like
I'm married.
yeah.
You're not calling me babe.
Yeah. He want a B. He want 2 B's in there.
Serious misunderstanding.
I just tagged him on my photos.
There you go.
That's good enough, right? That means that makes sense. That makes sense.
You tagged me today.
Uh-oh.
You took a picture.
The gospel.
Of our very first billboard.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
On the anniversary of the day that we came
dope.
out to Total Wine and Seven.
I ain't gonna lie. She probably thought about that too, because we don't think about that.
She tried to do it
We don't think about that at all.
That's what you call love.
I have to swing my own stuff in there. Like, there it is.
There you go.
Billboard.
There you
But
go.
I want to say this.
500
I'm gonna say this though, but some guys I know, at the end of the day, they say they don't have to post because at the end of the day they know who they with and stuff like that.
Dudes be lying.
They don't have that. I know.
We need to talk about this.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't listen to dudes. This is why I don't listen to dudes, because some of the most hardcore dudes I ever known. This why I don't mind being a sap or a cheeseball about my relationship. I'd be like, oh, how Kevin Hart said we have a cupcake Tuesday. Yeah. Cool, we can do that. We can do all that. We can. If I don't have to post, but if we post, hey, we holding pictures. She got on Hello Kitty and whatever. I don't care, because I'm like, I don't care if you do or don't, but at the same time, I'm not embarrassed. Or if somebody like, hey, let's go to strip club, I'm like, I can't, and they're like, clown that nigga. I'm like, I'm good. Because I really don't care, because I've known a lot of people that do. I met a dude that he told me, he was like, and I might have told this story before. He told me that he was a hardcore pimp. He said, I'm not just a player, I'm a pimp. And this how he told me. He said, I pimp bitches. I don't have girlfriends. He opened his mouth. He showed me his gold teeth, and he said, "I be pimping these bitches." And I was like, "Oh my!" I was like, "But do you want to settle down one day?" And he was like, "I don't give a fuck about no bitch." And I was like, "Oh my!" So yeah, he was talking that kind of talk. So I was like, and at first I believed him. We was in a very questionable neighborhood. Needless to say, but you seen him before. So, I hope you weren't saying that.
Side note: ScorpionKing do not call women out their name.
There you go. I like that.
R. Kelly, I love the word woman.
Yeah, don't compare yourself to him too much. But old dude came to my crib. No, yeah, he came to my house and he was sitting on my couch. We was just talking and stuff, and he looked bothered and stuff. And then I looked at him. I said, "Nigga, is you crying?" And he was like, "Oh, no, man, I'm just chilling, man, you know." And then it was probably like,
My eyes sweating.
yeah, like 10 minutes later, somebody started beating on my door.
Boy.
And she wanted to know where he was at. Where he at? I was like, he right here. And they went outside. I was like, take it outside. They went outside. I heard a lot of questionable language outside my door and intriguing commentary. And when I opened the door, because I was like, I ain't gonna just have them at my front door arguing. So I opened the door. She had already left. And I looked on the ground. He was laying like in a ditch. Ah, baby.
I'm not done.
She left me. She said it's over. I like, you good? He like, I ain't no pimp. I don't pimp these bitches. I love her. And I like, oh shit. I'm like, so I was like, you know what? I ain't no hardcore nigga either. Let's cry together. I'll give me a bae, I'ma love her. And they can call me a punk bitch if they want to. So I just don't. And I don't know if everybody been here when you know both parties of a relationship. Like, I've known people that, like, a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, and a guy friend of mine, and they get together. So I end up being hearing both sides of the story. Oh, yeah. And it'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, you know, she'd be like, he did this and that. I'd be like, he said he don't do that. I'd be like, oh yes, he do that. So I'm like, what he do? I'm like, he do that every time, all real well. I'm like, oh, I'm not going by y'all's laws out here. This is a conversation that's coming to the group too, and I already looked at pending in the group, and we're gonna make sure this conversation. I know y'all gonna be excited when it happens. Matter of fact, it's gonna happen before the episode come out, so y'all probably already engaged in this conversation. But I think we need to have it here, and I'm gonna start. I need to talk to a married couple again because we're learning today. We're learning that, and matter of fact, I'm gonna start with the gentleman here. Because I don't want him, you know, sometimes the woman, I don't know if they do this, but if the woman speaks first, then it's easier for us to say, it's easy for us to say, I'm just piggyback off what she said. I'm gonna just agree with that.
Good point, baby.
I'm gonna just piggyback off what she said.
Hey, switch the subject so quick.
Yeah.
I sure do agree with you. So y'all taste the next flavor. I got next episode, June 2019.
Now check this out. So, bae informs you, or in their case, babe, sugar bun, or whatever terminology is used in your household. Only you would know that. That part's not our damn business. But at the same, yeah, whatever the terminology that's used informs you. I'm leaving work or whatever establishment she's at, and her pal Charlie is don't take me into that solo. Is also leaving work. We're gonna stop and grab ourselves a bite to eat before I come home. Now, she never lied. She never you didn't find this out 2 months later. She called you and said, hey, me and Charlie gonna grab something to eat. Do you want something to eat also? She also looked out for you. So I'm gonna bring, is this okay? Because I've heard in my day in conversations like this that people don't see the problem.
Wait, so shorty,
and y'all be thinking about it too. Your girl says, me and Larry, Charlie, Bob, or whatever, he's a male. We're gonna stop and grab something to eat. What you want to eat?
I never met him.
You never met this Bob. Yeah.
I know Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never met Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't never met him.
She spoke about Charlie?
say anything about motherfucking me, Charlie.
Do I know anything about this man?
You know what? You don't, because I feel like I'm making it too simple.
Okay, here we go.
I need some aggression.
Now keep going.
So she's leaving work.
Right?
She is going with Charlie,
Bastard.
and I've never met him. She's never said his name.
Facts.
I didn't even know that he worked there.
Indeed.
But hey, that's a real question.
And she is
Hospitality
now
from a new employee.
new employee.
We're gonna just stop and grab a
Now
bite.
she's going to the Piggly Wiggly.
I know about Piggly Wiggly.
He did that.
They're gonna pick themselves up a belt and some snacks. And they're gonna pick me up some snacks on the way home.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. That's what she said they was gonna do. They can't forget you. They can't forget you.
Okay.
This is intriguing. I don't
The
even know.
question is, am I okay with it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Just to let you know.
There you go.
Yeah. We all gonna need one. Yeah, there you go.
Hold on now.
Yeah.
Hold on now. She love your life until you answer this question. Yeah.
That means aggression is coming.
Do I have a problem?
I don't even know. I'm gonna tell the truth. I don't have an answer myself. I'm thinking while we're talking. I'm thinking, is this okay? I don't even know. I just know
I'm going next.
it's not normal.
I'm going next.
All right. So obviously this has to be very specific to this young lady that we're talking about, my wife.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Ooh, there you
That
go.
may sound
Elaborate. Yeah.
really trusting of someone, but I've been with this young lady for a very long time now.
There you go.
We've been married for a long time,
There you
and
go.
I know
I gotta fill my
that
cup up.
She's about to go somewhere, and she has called me beforehand.
See, but you know what?
Trying to do no dirt.
Yeah, that's the key.
If I don't get a call,
She told you.
and
Yeah.
she come home 2 hours later with a damn snack in her hand,
Yeah.
I know something done happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, we good money. I got no problem with that. I did not. That's not to say
Yeah.
that afterwards I'm not looking for Charlie.
Yeah. You want to meet Charlie?
Because trust, Saturday I got to find Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie and I have to have talk.
I think a young lady, I think it was a wise young lady, said, "Don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man, and he is doing."
Because the truth is, anybody in that situation, if anything did happen, the person that I'm blaming is going to be her.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Charlie has nothing to do with it. He was just,
Shooting this shot 2019.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he was trying not to get put into the friend zone and whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, if I did have to find out something, obviously it would be her, not him. But in that particular situation, no, I don't have a problem if she does go out because, you know, we don't roll like that.
Bomb.
Amen.
That ain't what we do.
Hey, that was the perfect time to drop a bomb.
Yeah. And hold on. Are y'all down? On the floor? And it happened. Now, before you proceed, because
I
oh yeah,
I want to hear from the
I want to hear it on the opposite side. I hope she doesn't start with just to piggyback off.
No, it's funny you asked that question because when we first got married, we was 23,
Okay.
which a lot of people would be like, "Oh my God, that's so damn young."
Mm.
But we learned pretty early on how to respect each other.
That's so old these days. Yeah.
And so we come from, you know, a long line of when we come from New York. If you bought a house, people lived in that house from the day they bought it to the day they died. Like, there's longevity in, you know, where we come from. You know, people kind of do things differently, so we learn to respect each other early on. And at 23, when I got a new job, and I was the only female at my job, we just had a general rule of, you know, I'm not trying to keep you from, this is him, doing what you do. If everybody go out to lunch, you go out to lunch. I'm going to need you not to go out to lunch alone with any dude if I don't meet him first. And I'm 17 years at my job, and I still don't go to lunch with anyone he's never met.
There's a word for it. It's called integrity. I hope you heard of it. Yeah.
If it's a group setting, it's fair game. But one-on-ones, we don't do one-on-ones unless he's comfortable with them.
Amen. What about you,
Deal.
Scorp? All right, Dr. Wildchild. Because I saw you was on fire when I asked the question.
Who said that?
Oh, he's got a wife.
Balls.
Am I safe?
Wait. Yeah. Hey, just the FYI, Jug almost died over here, right on the set. He almost died right on goddamn set.
Hey, I felt it.
Well, almost got tripped up. But I do want to say, like, I think it's tough, man. It's tough, man.
He's backpedaling on his ambitions.
Well, now I start thinking about it, and I was like, well, like friend-wise, would I be okay with it? But see, like I know they have like, you know, stupid longevity on them, so
Take us out.
yeah.
Just
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to say because depending on who he is, like I know you trust your woman 100%.
Should.
It's very true. Very true. And it's just hard to like. I guess just nowadays like it's hard to trust. I feel like I do.
So you saying nah? We ain't gonna dance around it.
Nah.
Yeah, the
Like,
first way to approach it.
It's like 50-50 because like I agree with having trust 100%. Like if she gonna say, hey, I'm gonna take a walk, then she gonna take a walk. That's what she doing. I have no issue with that. And then I also have this thing about, hey, there's not gonna be a stone left unturned, like whatever. Like type vibe.
Yeah.
So I got that. I agree with it 100%. But at the same time, people nowadays and everything that's going on, which is the reason why I feel like the divorce rate is so high, is because of the things of that nature. Like where you like, hey, I'm going to get a drink. We're going to the store. And then, you know, when you have those type of questions, then it's like, hey, should you even went there in the first place?
But you know what
Like, in the first place, you know?
I feel like people don't care about stuff that I want you to finish too, but I feel like people don't care about stuff that they used to care about anyway. Because I'm not saying, because at the end of the day, it's your relationship, your rules. Y'all know where y'all stand. Y'all know how y'all rock.
Right.
Some people say do it. Some people say you can't do it. There's some people that, you know, they get themselves a cleanup lady that comes over and turns out that she walks in with all fake body parts and a G-string.
Right.
Sometimes you're assisting this process, but there's people that be like, I'm cool with that. I don't see the problem with that. There's some people that say don't go to strip club. They say some people be like, you know, it's a problem. Some people are like, oh, do it. So I just feel like it's kind of like free for all out there, and ain't nobody like, you don't have to have the rules I have, but I feel like it's free game. They're like, okay, we together, cool. What you can and can't do, oh, I don't care. Do what you want to do. Fuck who you want to fuck. Do what you want. Then when it happened, they be like, you know what this motherfucker did? And I'm like, y'all need to put it on the refrigerator. Do not.
I think I'm gonna piggyback off that.
Go ahead.
Just a little bit on like some modern shit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in the scenario of if Shorty like is like a super 1000 and I pulled her, right?
Yeah.
So that's my Shorty, that's my lady, that's my one-on-one. Yo, real talk, she probably will only own 3 pairs of shoes because she's not leaving the house that much. Like that's the type of vibe, you know what I'm saying, that I would pull off. Like, yo,
that's a good person, man.
Right. So here's the thing, right? So she's like, I don't want nobody else to see you, like type vibe. Like you can't do it.
You like your woman in the dungeon.
We don't. We go out. Nobody's having no house events at my house. No, we going out to whoever house. I'm joking with this, but this actually could happen. I'm joking with it. But this
Hold on.
happen.
That's true.
Do you slide her plate under the door?
No, I ain't sliding. She can roam around the house. Take the dog out and just open the sliding door. Don't even step
But
out.
you know what though?
She gonna have some running shoes. She gonna have like some dress shoes, and then she gonna have like some casual shoes.
Well, she gonna use the hell out of them running shoes.
Yeah, she run away from your ass. Look, that woman who kidnapped me.
That's another story.
I ain't gonna get it. We already told that story, but just to when she kidnapped me, and I was in the dungeon when I was over there, and I was like that. I couldn't go outside and stuff, and I remember like this when I knew I was in the dungeon. It was like I was in the dungeon. I guess I see how them girls stuck at R. Kelly house. I was stuck. I couldn't come outside. And
I was just gonna say that.
no, cause you know how people were saying how they stuck and they got a cell phone. Well, I had a cell phone. I was stuck, and I went outside one time, and I was like, even then I had told her like, "I'm finna go check the mail." I went to check the mail. Apartments, just went to the little mailbox. I was putting a key in the thing, and I looked up at my apartment, and I saw her with hand on her hips. Is it bitches down there? I like it's not bitches at the mailbox. Let's not use that terminology. Also. And I was like, damn, I'm on super, I can't even check the mail. I'm like, damn.
You had Satan's daughter, and you was dating Satan's daughter, wasn't it?
Check this out. My mom lived in the same apartments. She would call.
Yeah, you gonna need some more.
It's gonna be some dialogue after. It's gonna be
some more.
It's gonna be some dialogue afterwards.
Fill that cup up, bro. If it ain't filled right now, just go ahead and fill it up.
My mom would call me.
You probably immune after that story.
Yeah.
You sold all them wheat and corn and
Yeah.
molasses and sap. That
Yeah, he immune to it.
immune to it.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, my mom would call me and say, hey, she lived in the same exact apartments. I cooked. You want something to eat? I'll be like, hey, I'm finna go get a plate. And then she'll be like, hold on, let me get my shoes. I'm like, I'm just gonna grab a plate and bring it back. She's like, I need to go with you. Might be bitches. I'm like, it's not bitches at my mom's house. What did you, like, what?
Hey now. You might have talked to your mom and was like, Mama.
And mom helped me plan it?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. It was fried chicken and greens.
Your mama though, because I think she actually would do it, bro.
Oh my God.
I really think she would.
What makes people that paranoid? Like
Insecure,
I understand in a
their
relationship,
experiences in
but
the
I
past.
understand in a relationship about the whole lunch thing. So I think the whole logical way to approach it is if you was friends with this person before me,
Yes.
I can't tell you how to be friends to them.
And don't be friends
But
no more.
anyone who comes after me, it's their game. If I don't like her, she got to go.
I
Yeah,
like that logic.
But if
I
she
feel
was
that.
there before me, then if you wanted to be with her, in my mind, you would be with her.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I questioning this friendship?
That's a really good
Man, but you know what? I'm always an advocate for if it go both ways. How and I think we said a few episodes back, like it'd be some dudes they be like, oh, I can't go out, and then it'd be like, where's your girl? Why she got those stilettos on? Oh, she's going to the club. I'm like, you can't go?
Yeah,
like,
5'6",
like,
5'9",
like if this how it rolls, period, I don't see the problem. If it's like I can't have girlfriends, she can't have guy friends, then how y'all do? Cool. But if it's like you can't, I can. I do what the fuck I want to do. I don't know about you, nigga. Yeah.
But if you can do something that I can't do, and I can do something you can't do,
then I'm just like I don't know about
There's
what
always going to be an
y'all's operation.
arguing about why you're doing something. And you're always going to be arguing about why is it that I can do something.
It's just that and tit for tat. I don't believe in that. Like, you do it, I'm gonna do it to show you a lesson. You leave the milk out, let the milk go bad. I'm gonna leave the milk out, let the milk go bad. You cheat, I cheat. Like, I'm just like, remove yourself from the whole thing. Like, to me, it make me see what kind of person you are if you're gonna do it to show. Like, I'm not a child. Don't be like, I'm gonna show you a lesson. That and the whole you can't have no sex because you're on sex punishment and stuff like that.
Everybody suffers. That's
Yeah.
I've never understood that one.
Have you been on sex punishment before? Go ahead and
Everybody suffers.
I want to hear about
That's like put yourself on time out. That's dumb.
Oh, he had to take a sip. How do you feel about sex punishment?
My personal experience, they call it nowadays the doghouse.
Yeah.
I only lasted 2 hours in the doghouse.
And then you got back?
I was on good terms after that.
Oh my God.
I do my ways, to get out the doghouse quickly because, they try to put me in the doghouse for a week or two.
It don't work.
It don't work.
What's your technique?
I can't tell it.
Oh, you be putting pancake syrup on your chest?
I tell you after the show.
They might be listening.
Oh,
I can't give all my secrets out like this.
It's got bacon on it now.
just know he said there's a way.
I got two pieces of
There's a way
cheese.
to get out. There's a the way to get at.
Oh my
That's
God.
all I'm gonna say.
You don't get a McDouble, you get a double cheeseburger, girl.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Y'all teaching me something.
Look at the time.
Fries got bacon on them too. Fries and
McDonald's fries with bacon and cheese. That's it.
Hold on, y'all. We don't support obesity, but you know what? We do. We support obesity because I think we might go get obese after this episode.
You don't get Burger King, girl.
Now,
You get Chick-fil-A.
this may be. Check this. Oh my God. This motherfucker always say some shit. Throw me off. Check this out. I saw a lot of this in the group. There was some debate. If you hear me say the group and you're sitting back, you say, "What's the group?" Velvet Vibes Podcast, Facebook. Come cuss us out. Come argue with us. Come talk about all these type of questions that we want to know. But we asked about. There was a question that we ain't gonna get into this one because this one it can get real dark. But somebody,
You gonna say it anyway, though.
yeah, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna go here because this is kind of dark.
You can explain it to yourself and you know you gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it anyway.
Well, yeah, hurry up and say it, man.
Somebody posted in a group who all had an abortion. Put
Oh,
it
yeah,
in
I
the
seen
comments.
I didn't see that post.
I did see that post.
So
Right.
normally I would deny a post like that, but I let it go through because I said, let's see where this goes. Sometimes my science side come in and I just want to do a little experiment.
You may need math in this one because the geometry and algebra, everything, the algorithms that you were thinking about
Yeah.
doing, I didn't know the
I think about it was like 30 comments. It was like 30 comments. Everybody put no. And hey, I don't know y'all personally, everybody, so I can't speak on it, but I just feel like there's this word that Mari Povich says very frequently. He says the results came back, and it turns out it was a lie. And it brought up another conversation.
Okay.
Who all took a plan B?
Oh yeah, I seen that one too.
And I saw a lot of young ladies in there that said, I never took one in my life.
Oh, Gina.
Then I saw a lot of gentlemen in there that said, I never purchased one in my life.
I actually haven't. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And that's why I was going to say, get the fuck out of here. So you haven't for real?
I have never purchased a Plan B.
Have you? Okay, there's a scapegoat in the middle of that question. So I'm gonna ask you the other way. Have you ever had to get a plan B?
No.
Because it could be you didn't buy it, she bought it, but
Nah, man. Hey, full on game on Incredible Hulk status, bro.
oh, so you still with that?
I told you.
Oh my God.
I told you. That was like we talked about like 6 episodes ago or something. I don't even know.
Look,
But I told you.
You know what? I confess to mine though.
There you go. You did.
Everybody say they pull out game 1,000. I said mine. I is not.
That heavy duty saran wrap. I don't even think that's made.
When I was a kid, look. When I was a kid and I was watching naughty movies and Mama was coming down the hall, I couldn't push the eject button fast like everybody else. I was at the VCR saying, "No, set us a button over here." By the time Mama was there,
so you couldn't find it. You stupid.
a belt was coming out of the clouds. So, right then, I saw a vision. I said, when I grow up, I'm gonna have a weak pullout game. This is. I know I compared a VCR to my pullout game, but that was a clue. Also,
I can't.
you.
Right. The boy don't even make it from the beginning.
Also, check this out. Women, there's a new thing going on where and you might want to watch this too, Wild Child, because if your pullout game is where you say it's at,
Yeah.
and you don't want to get docked any points for it,
Yeah.
they say women are watching men pump gas now. What? So if you're because if your pullout game is on 1,000, and if she say put 20 and you put 20 on one, is your pullout game that good? Because you pumped $20.01.
One extra.
You got
Hey,
that
I'm not
extra.
gonna lie.
You didn't pull out in time, so.
I'm not gonna lie. I always hit the marker, bro.
First off, who's really looking for is that to confirm that she's trying to get a baby bomb or not?
No, that means your pull-out game is 99.9%.
So she's trying to get knocked up, but she's not.
She's trying to prevent it. Y'all went on the first date.
What does she need to protect her damn self?
Yeah.
Trustworthy if you pumping $21.
If you won't let him hold your cell phone, why the hell are you gonna trust him with your body? And it's like, come on.
Well, the thing is, people people, their cell phone is more important than their body.
Absolutely.
In 2019.
It's a shame.
I'm sure y'all have heard this theory. What they say? This is not made by me, but I'm gonna say it just how it comes. They say bitches be having what they say? Bitches be having phone cases, but let motherfuckers in with not a condom. So in other words, the phone is protected, but the pussy ain't. I'm a little concerned.
I feel like I need to put that on my Facebook. I really do feel like I need to put that on this. I need to put that on my Facebook status.
But if you think about it, because now if you think about it, it's funny. But if you think about it, this is happening out there. People out there, they got the Otter box. They got the super. I'm protected. They get to the house and they're like, express yourself. Hopefully, you don't pump 2001. And I hope you're not going premium because we can't handle that right now. We're gonna go unleaded. You know,
I'm not about to put
might go diesel.
And you get to do the porn name? What's wrong with you, bro?
You don't want to pump over on diesel fuel. That 1 cent might hurt you worse.
I'm not, because I had a clever joke, but I'm not going to need it. See, you trying to have me feed into your bullshit this evening.
Yeah, you know what? I'm offended.
It's slim pickings out there that got resort to watching dudes pump gas.
Hey, okay, I gotta say it.
But you know what? I think it's some women out there like, damn, that's smart right there.
That makes so much sense.
They be like, man, I'm gonna quit surfing Instagram while they pumping gas. I'm gonna start watching. I'm gonna be like, I saw you hit that 03. You hit 03. You pull out game real bad.
Hey, on that premium.
They need to be checking for the one that just put that little hook on and let it ride.
Oh yeah.
That be trying to.
For real.
Hey, that's the guy that just have his hand on his hips. He just have his hand on his hip, and they be like, you know them dudes. You know them dudes that they be like, did you? I don't know, shit. I think I did. Like, damn.
They hit the thing, they don't even want a damn receipt.
But, hey, we good. I already know I pumped 20. Not 20 I know I pumped 20. All the way. Hey,
oh my God.
First of all, Jug, you stupid as hell for putting your hands on your head. Let's call you out first. You a motherfucker for that.
No,
because I thought about it. I was like, yeah, 1998. Bow. Like, you gotta do shit else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You that cold. Like,
yeah, you gotta be.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm that cold, bro.
Oh, you that cold?
I'm that cold.
Hell no.
But I
You that go inside. The cash.
Yeah, he just be having it. He just running outside.
20 on 6.
Yeah, 20 on 6.
Look like you balling. Put the little hook on.
Yeah. Just be like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. I do my whole windows and everything. You know what I'm saying? That nigga before the gas come out. Before it.
So hold on, I need a confession from you.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, and we gonna call it an episode, but I need to know you ain't never had a scare, not ever.
I had a scare before.
Okay,
Of course.
Because we talked about this and you was like batting 100. Did it happen and it just didn't? She turned out that she wasn't with child, or you just thought you did and you probably didn't?
No.
Because I need to know.
Nah, it wasn't
I'm trying to figure out how bad is my pull-out game.
It wasn't.
I got to do some comparison here.
But that actually is the only one though.
But you know what? Also, this ain't me insulting myself. This is a moment of honesty. This, because you know what I said, what people said they disagree with though back in the day when I said when I get married we gonna still wear condoms, and people was like, you gonna wear condoms with your wife? Yes.
You need to snip, bro.
And
Tripping.
And it's not a I don't trust you, I don't know where you've been thing. It's just like, look, we know what happens. You know what my beliefs are, so let's make sure we good. I have offspring, you have offspring, we got enough, so everyone's happy.
You remember Blank Man?
Yeah.
That's you right there. That's you. Electronics.
Yeah.
Electronics ass. Dude, that's you, bro. That is you 100.
But you know what? We need more of me out here to be like, look.
No, you don't, because there's
no
already more babies.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying the ones who suffer from the I love to express myself condition.
Yeah.
They have to just tell it, because the thing about it, that's why I was giving you a hard time. Because, not saying you lying, but everybody bat 1,000. Everybody pull out game 100. And then
998.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, the right technique happens, and then you know that next thing that happened when you go, your neck get to doing like a camel, and you like it's gonna happen. So
guess what day it is?
yeah. If y'all wonder, I know y'all ain't seeing our seeing this vision, but just picture that picture when you listen to E40. Tell me when to go. How they head be going on? How they head be going on the video?
I should have went live with that one.
Hey, anyway, I'm gonna shut it down. I think I've insulted myself enough. I think we talked about some good beverages. I'm feeling nice and spicy because I'm drinking some good shit. So they got hot in here in this motherfucker. The 500 vodka. And you know they finna talk about it before we shut it down, because I ain't gonna shut it down without letting them remind your ass. Maybe you just walked into your cousin's house and you walked in the door and you said, what you listening to? And they said, oh, it's about to go off. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You're about to hear about it too. But anyway, quick shout out, real quick, super quick. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to anybody that's listening from Alabama's been real big, of course. Cookie Lady, Mom representing with us. You know, Mississippi been good. ATL been in there. Texas been heavy, of course. You know, base town. Memphis is big on with us. New York is super big. I think New York is like one of our top listenerships too. So, you know, so super shout out to New York. Out of country, I've been seeing Iraq, Afghanistan. I'm assuming y'all over there in the military, or maybe you ain't. Maybe you really from over there and you said, I like that Velvet Vibes. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to join the group, hit us up, Facebook, Velvet Vibes Podcast. If you want to get a hold of me, 100%velvet@gmail.com. Phone number if you want to be on the show, or if you want to cuss us out, or if you want to say I love you, or if you want to even call me and say, guess what? Fuck you, bitch. You can call and tell me that too. 210-530-4326. Give me a call. Let us know what's crack-a-lackin'. New merch is up. If you want to get that merch, hit us up on the Facebook. Hit us up on the Instagram. Guess what? You might have heard this phrase before. Link is in the bio. Moving right to Sawildchild, because 500 is going to shut the episode down. Who needs a shout out from you? Fuck me. I'm a son of a bitch. Fuck Jug. He drunk. He tripping. Talk about it.
I really wish I could be reaction.
It's all in the neck, baby. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm gonna give a shout out. We're gonna pray for Jug right now, this moment.
Yep. Hey.
Because he is acting a motherfucking me.
You ain't got no olive oil. With olive oil.
But Offsprings, definitely to the guests, man. It's always a pleasure having not only knowledge in the building, success of a couple in the building, and not only that, one amazing product. So definitely a shout out to them at 500. Oh, that shit good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, that's a vibe.
Probably toasty with no burn or nothing. Taking shots and everything. We getting busy over here.
You know what? I don't want to offend Jay-Z fans, but Jay-Z said on a song, he said, "Why would you drink Belvedere when Ciroc has when Puffy has Ciroc?" And I know what he was saying. Support black business. I'm gonna say, why would you drink Belvedere? Why would you drink Ciroc when you know we got 500 vodka? Support black business, and it's actually good. And I know you said, did you compare it to Ciroc? Yes, I did that. Continue.
I'm about to have another cup right after this one.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna cut like 4.
Yeah, you know.
But anyway, you slacking like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know my cups equal like 2 each.
Don't let your pull-out game be altered by this beverage.
Yeah, don't send us no checking now. No bill. We want no bill.
Bill.
You know what? I ain't gonna even.
Condoms are cheaper than diapers.
Yeah, be like, Mario Povich sent me some mail that I don't appreciate, and I want to forward it to you guys.
Hey, that's one saying facts. I ain't gonna even like, hey, you gonna sue them? I'm gonna be like, hey, look, can we talk about something?
Be like, you.
Yes, you want to nobody.
That's what I said. I said I ain't gonna even sue you. I was like, can I talk to y'all just for a second? You're like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be super big by then.
Yeah.
Like multi-million.
Heck
hopefully.
yeah.
That's what we're saying. We're gonna speak it into existence right now.
Yeah. There you go.
Everybody on the Facebook group, we love y'all. Everybody that's listening in all those states and countries that he named, we love y'all too. Anybody that ain't tuned in, we don't love y'all, but y'all need to tune in.
Then we gonna love y'all.
And then as soon as you get in, we love y'all. But either way, tomato, potato. We just showing love, and please show us love back. If you know somebody, you enjoy something, don't withhold information. Please don't withhold information. But you can reach me, Instagram, Sawildchild 210. My Gmail is sawildchild@gmail.com. Pass it right on over to Scoop.
Talk about it, baby.
You still ain't shit either.
Whoever pumping gas, I want everybody to send me a picture of how much gas y'all pump after this. I'm holding my cell phone all night.
Guys, you should be pumping gas. I need to hear, whatever number you go to, you gotta send like a before and after picture or something. Pump at 20, and then see if you go with a 20 or 20 over.
Hey, I keep drinking this. I'm gonna pump 20, 48 or something. I'm gonna be way over. Go talk about it, Scorp.
I'm gonna do my shout outs a little different. You know,
go ahead.
Foremost, I'm gonna give a shout out to the 500.
Hey,
appreciate that.
They make you Millie Rock on any block.
Yes, I'm about to be a Millie Rock.
I'm gonna have to go purchase about 3 bottles.
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow.
I saw a black fist went right in the air.
I gotta support my black people.
There you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm really gonna go buy 3 and put it on Instagram.
Yes.
Post that shit. Tag them. I know I'm gonna do it every time.
With this is a different type of vodka. I had tasted before. It's good. You know, you got that sting in your neck.
Real, bro.
Yeah.
Like rubbing alcohol going down. Boy, I don't like that.
Don't burn and none of this stuff you have to fix, you know.
Yeah.
I'm giving a shout out to Lynneopoly and her essence, you know. Ready for you to come back, do an episode with the crew.
Yeah, she talking about it.
Hurry up.
Side note, Lynneopoly the one that put me on 500 vodka. She was like, have you heard about this? I was like, no. I was like, what is this? She was like, it's a black business. I was like, oh, cool. She was like, it's in San Antonio. I was like, you ever heard of this button? Inbox.
You have to come back when she is.
Yeah,
please do.
Please give her a special drink.
Yeah, she close to y'all hood. She in Jersey right now.
Please do. Give a shout out to the offsprings around the board, you know, the fans. Shout out to the cookie lady, the 662, you know, Golden Nuts. We still waiting on you.
I still want to meet him.
We still waiting on you to get on the episode.
I've been wanting to meet him since like day one. But like shout out to Golden Nuts. I was like, who the fuck is Golden Nuts?
That's our homeboy Golden Nuts. Our homeboy Golden Nuts. He gonna come through here this summer, hopefully.
Yeah. Shout out to you know, Atlanta, Alabama, as the judge said, New York.
Yeah, New York heavy.
Overseas, all over the United States. If you listening, you know, we appreciate everybody who listen. You know, we talk about real stuff, you know, relationships. We talk about any and everything you want to talk about.
Amen.
You want to hear us? Like I said before, if you're not in the group, I don't know what you're doing
with your life.
You know what I'm saying? We discuss any and everything that's in the group. You might not like it, but what's your opinion? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What's your opinion? But you can reach me at ScorpionKing3305@gmail.com, and then I'm gonna pass it along to our guests.
Hey,
appreciate that. Thank you guys for having us. This was a blast. If you're in San Antonio or the Austin area or in Katy, Texas, please go to your local liquor store that you like and see if they can get 500 vodka in there. But if you're in San Antonio and Austin, we're at Total Wines and More. All 3 locations in San Antonio, all 4 locations in Austin. Today, February 15th, we've been a year on the shelves. We now have a billboard up here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And me and my wife are ridiculously happy and thrilled that we have gone on this journey together. So thank everybody who supported us.
Hey.
And we wish we have a lot more supporters in the future. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
That's what's up. Y'all have been amazing. This has been fun. This is our first podcast.
Hey.
Y'all popped our cherry.
I do enjoy.
I don't want to have a conversation with this gentleman.
I sure do enjoy.
He is a large gentleman, and I'm going to tell him great jokes after this. No, it was a pleasure having y'all.
Exactly.
Something tells me won't be the last time.
I want to come back.
Sometimes it'll be.
Please have us back again.
Hey, I don't care if we pushing product or we just. Hey, don't you think? Not that product. If we're pushing the 500 vodka brand, are we just sitting around talking shit? Are we talking shit and drinking 500 vodka like we did today? So a little both.
I love it.
But you know what? Y'all always welcome, and you know what's gonna happen. Rest of that theme song coming to you. Y'all have yourself a lovely little day. Until next time, keep it pimpin'. It on your mind. Don't let nothing or nobody steal the vibe. Velvet Vibes is the one that you can't pass. If you ain't know, the pimp cast on your ass.